Now, okay, so today we are going to cover up about the virtual environment and what is environment, then Python syntax in basic level of syntax, what we should know about Python. Then second one is variables and data types. Okay, I'm not going a deep in implicit and explicit one. I will just show you today because I need to take care of everyone. Then third one is our type conversion, and fourth is your basic operators, and last topic means I will cover up this topic third one or at the last, that is slicing. Okay, so this topics we are going to cover by today, and at the end I guess there is some assignment. So let's
Sorry,
begin it.
Harsh, can you slide share?
This slide.
Yeah, can
Oh,
you share the slide share? Show slide. Sorry,
yeah, yeah, it's a show slide.
show slide.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
So,
Much better, much.
okay. So this is topics what we are going to cover. But before that, we know about virtual environment. Okay, I already mentioned in first. So let's begin with it. Okay. So can you able to see this? So this is a paint. Okay. So I am here to show you what is environment. So here is you can consider this is our space. Okay, hard disk space, and this is another one. What another one? So here, what we installed, like what we installed, like PyCharm or Wind or PowerPoint or uh, anything else. Okay, you can just install your softwares and different games. So what in locally we do? In locally, this is considered as in space. Okay, and there's a hard disk of it's a drive of C. Okay, in this drive whatever we installed, everything stored here, right? Everything is stored here. But when we create a project, I don't want to suffer my C drive. I should suffer my local drive. Okay, like this is my local drive D, and here, whatever folder I have, whatever folder I have. So here I need a space where I can install and I can use and execute my packages from my local folder only. Okay, that is my virtual environment, and whole C drive is my global environment. It means whenever I want to install something on my PC, so automatically it shows my C drive, right? You can check it out when I am telling about this. So when I'm opening this PC, you can check it out. My C drive also already filled out. So this C drive is globally because already there's installed a Windows or your operating system, right? And my all applications already installed here in C drive. But what I want to do, I don't want to give any load in C drive. I want to give a load on my local folder. So that's my virtual environment. Every project required a virtual environment so that I can explore and I can execute my project packages easily to my server. Okay, let me give an example. So there are many various ways. Okay, so I'm deleting this virtual environment first of all, uh, and going to open my session number two. So going to open it, and I will build one session number two. Okay, pressing OK. This window. Okay. After this, we'll see about ID setups and everything. But I want to give this information because this information is very important for us to start a project. Before that, we need a virtual environment. So how we can create a virtual environment? There are various ways. Sorry, not a various ways. There are two ways from where we can create a virtual environment. So first one is open your terminal. Okay. In this terminal, you need to write if you have a above 3.6 version, then this method will work. If you have below 3.3 version, sorry, three above 3.3 version, then this method will work. And you need to write the command like python 3 and hyphen m vnv. It's known as virtual environment. It's a full form of virtual environment. And then you need to write your virtual environment name. Okay, it can be your my environment. It can be your virtual env, or it can be your any your application name like ecom and so many. Okay, but what we write in standard my env or venv. There are three names which is standard in our when we do a production work, that is env, okay, or venv or my env. Okay, so I'm going to write my env. Okay, okay. So you need to write Python was not found, run without arguments to install, shortcut to disable. Okay, so same error I'm following this. So let me check. So I just remove, I didn't write the three, so it's automatically solve my problem. So that's how we can solve a problem here. So give a minute. You will find out one folder here that is a virtual environment. Okay, this is our scripts. So when we open this, you will get this scripts. We need to change our directory to scripts, and after that we need to activate this. Okay, so currently we are not using virtual environment because there is one symbol. So let me show you what is a sign or symbol here. So I will write it here down here a cd, then my virtual environment name. It can be anything. Okay, then slash. After that, move into scripts folder. Okay, press enter. Now we need to activate this. Okay, how we can activate? Just write it down. Activate. See, now you are whenever you are using your project or working your project, whenever you will install anything. Okay, let me show you what we can install here. So let's suppose I need to install npmi, uh, matplotlib or numpy. Now, what is the error here? Let me check. Mm-mm. Okay, so here I activated this, but this shows me that .log the command again as root administrator. No issue. Let me check with my npm install, and I will write it down. NumPy. Mm, okay, here is it's possible that the file was already in use by a text editor. Okay, so I am already using something. Let me check here. Okay, so if I'm using this globally, so it is works. So let me check. Then we'll move again into our virtual environment. Okay, so it is going to trouble me, no issue. So what I will do, I will just open again terminal and here I will open CMD here. Okay, now here I will write NPMI. Okay, no issue. Here is some not permission for you need to make directory on E. Okay. Just I am ignoring this, but I already success to create my virtual environment. But here is some installation problem. It's my basic system problem. I need to check it out. Let's cover it next thing. In between that, I will just resolve this. Okay. So virtual environment is completed here. But if you have any doubt in virtual environment, how to create a virtual environment, let me know. And there is some system issue, so I will check it out. What is the system error? Okay, so no issue in that. I am moving ahead. Before that, if you have any doubt in virtual environment, so let me know.
Sorry, quick
Hello.
question, Harsh. Sorry to interrupt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, do we need GitHub or Bitbucket repository in replacement of virtual environment? Because in our previous bootcamp one, I think what we did
Mm-hmm.
is we create a GitHub and put our all
Mm-hmm.
project over there. Uh, I'm not sure team
No, no,
Imran or Imran may raise, but I think we didn't create previously. But what is the significance? Is that we are making a place locally in C drive or sorry D drive where we can put all our project related stuff? Is that
no,
virtual
no,
environment?
no. Virtual environment means whatever we are installing our packages, so it will impact on that folder, not my C drive. That's it. That's a virtual environment.
I see. So
And when we
you are trying to
deploy,
partition. Okay, you are trying to partition for this into some other places rather than the C drive. But
exactly. So my
most
C drive will not impact.
right, but most of the student when they install, they just next, and they don't really. And anyway, I think that might be a good idea. So let them learn and create a virtual environment. Sorry, I got my answers. Thank you. Yeah, no worries.
I have a
Yeah.
question.
Uh,
Um,
yeah.
with PyCharm, whenever I make a new project and open a new tab, it
Mm-hmm.
automatically creates
Mm-hmm.
a virtual environment. So why should I do all this stuff over a CMD?
Yeah, it will automatically create. That's what I want to say. After this step, you have another way to create because PyCharm already makes and give you a whole sum of virtual environment. So whenever I am making a new folder, new project, just like this is you can carry on, right? So this is a new virtual environment which is given by PyCharm already. Okay, so whenever I create this window, so it will gives you a virtual environment. So you need to create it out through the help of PyCharm. So PyCharm helps you to create virtual environment. It's a basic of whenever you are creating any kind of project in data science or any kind of project. So virtual environment, when we install something on this, so every time you will get to one requirement.txt that will impact on your partition of folder. Okay, so like this you will carry on. And whenever I open this terminal, so this virtual environment automatically you can carry on, right? So it's good now. So when I will write pip install, okay, So I guess it is installing here. Yeah, there's
I
system
haven't.
issue, so you can check it out in virtual environment. It is running on my scripts here. So pandas will show up on my local thing. Okay. See, my pandas show on local thing and my local project. Now it's clear now.
Oh, right.
And
So Imran,
here you will show out of pandas. Just give a second. Here you can reach a pandas here.
got it, got it. So Imran, respond to you. I think what Harsh is trying to do is creating a virtual environment which is
Whatever
standard
libraries or packages you're
for all the
installing,
ID. Yeah, which
it
is
will
for all the ID.
automatically reflect on your personal virtual environment and it will not impact your C drive. Wherever
Exactly.
you create a drive and in that folder, it will directly impact on that particular virtual environment folder.
Yeah. So Harsh, one quick one from my
Just
side.
give a minute to install it. Yeah, there was some kind of administrator problem. That's why it was not working. Now you can check it out. Panda shows on my local drive.
Yeah.
1 second.
Harsh, can you hear me?
Wheel 1, wheel 2, wheel 3, C, F2 by PY. So it's a controller for Panda.
Harsh,
Okay,
Harsh,
got it.
Harsh,
If yes, so please
uh,
tell me yes or
Sending
no.
message. I think he has to rejoin.
So we
Like,
can
can he
move
can't
ahead.
hear us?
I guess so. Everyone
Smith is
got an
checking.
idea how we are working with virtual
Harsh,
environment.
hello, Harsh,
Shall I move
are
ahead?
you able
Hello,
to hear it? Hear us?
Smith, just send him a
You
message.
may
He
have to
can't
rejoin,
hear me.
Harsh. Yeah,
hello.
I'm
Am I
sending a
audible?
message. Please rejoin.
Yeah. So Imran and team, if you use VS Code, then you need to
Hello.
set this
Shall I
virtual.
move ahead?
Yeah. In the meantime, once
I
Harsh
think I should move ahead, right?
Harsh, can you rejoin?
1 second.
Please rejoin, Harsh.
Yeah, yeah. Give me a second.
He's not understanding.
Hello. Now you can hear me?
We can hear you, Harsh. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Can you
So
hear us?
shall I move ahead? Do you have any? Yeah, yeah. I can hear you.
Okay,
Do you
one
have any
second.
doubt in this?
So, quick one. Do we need to use PyCharm or do we need to use VS Code? What are our
Uh,
ID?
we can use VS Code also. We can use PyCharm also because both are giving you a basic kind of snippet, or both are good ID. So anyone can use PyCharm or anyone can use VS Code. VS Code have extensions and PyCharm is for only Python. So both IDs have same ratings for Python. So no
So,
issue to use.
since our bootcamp one, we did use PyCharm, and
Mhm,
if we can use one ID for all the students,
mhm,
that would be good
mhm.
for us. Otherwise, we have a lot of issues because and different challenges people will face in VS Code and different challenges with PyCharm. So if we can agree with one ID, then we can go through that way. Because virtual environment, I understand it's a good insight to us. I
Mhm.
think it's a standard way of creating the virtual environment for any IDE, whether you use VS Code, whether you
Mhm.
use PyCharm. But previously we
Yeah.
used PyCharm and we didn't create really, and PyCharm itself create the virtual environment internally as Imran's idea. So
Yeah.
that's why a little bit confusions there. So if you want to go ahead with VS Code, I think no problem. Students will install that and then go through that one.
No, I'm using PyCharm. I'm comfortable with PyCharm. No issue.
I
Okay,
think
let's use
would
PyCharm. Yeah.
be the virtual environment itself because I have installed Matplotlib and Pandas. It was installed on my
Hmm?
C drive because I didn't have a virtual environment at that time.
Yes. So you need to install through the help of command like virtual pip install virtual env.
So you start creating again, or it's already
No, no, no,
done.
no. I'm just telling the
Okay. Okay.
command. What is the problem in that? So use this command pip install virtual env, then make your own from the virtual env and with your name. It will definitely work. Okay,
Okay,
Wasim,
I will install it.
Wasim. Yeah.
Yes, I
So
will
through the
install it.
help of this, yeah. Okay. So shall I move ahead now?
Yes, yes. I think you can move ahead. No problem. Yeah. Student, any doubt or any question regarding PyCharm or IDE or virtual environment, so we can move further. I'm back. You're okay?
We can move
Good
on.
to go?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So now we have a topic of okay. So virtual environment is completed now. Now we have a topic of Python syntaxes. So who already knows? So that's also fine. Who don't know, please focus on that because if anyone have first time, so they should know. Okay. So I am starting from scratch. So if you have any questions or doubt, you can ask. No issues. Okay. So here I will start with Python syntax dot py. Okay. What I will do, I will just make a folder of Python syntax and in that I will make a different sections of files so that you can, you have a node problem. So here I will first make a comment.py. Okay. In this, whatever you want to comment, just suppose I wrote a code of print hello and I need to give some kind of suggestion in that. So through the help of I will write comment, I will write it here. Here I am print hello. Okay, I am
Harsh,
printing hello,
Harsh,
and this is my comment, which is give me a guidance of what I am doing here. So that's how through the help of control plus backslash you can access.
Harsh. Good
Okay,
morning, Harsh. Can you hear me?
so through the help of control plus backslash you can do a comment. If you
I
want
think
to create multiple comments, so write your triple code and write it down here. Anything, whatever you want to write. Here I am
Harsh, can you hear me?
using Python. When I will not use this triple code and I will use directly hash and same I will write it down here. Here I am using, so it will not accept my because it's not a multi liner of comment. So I need to press control plus slash again and again. So it's better to put a one triple quote. Okay. Even if you are using print, so in that also you can use triple quote here for multi-line and here you can write it down. Hello, this is Harsh Sari. Okay. And here from here, whatever file you have, you need to click here, current file, and then just run code. Okay, you will get your code here. I guess you clear with it. Now, second syntax will be, if you have any doubts, so please you can ask. And I am moving ahead. Okay.
hello, Harsh. Uh, hello, Harsh. Just see the messages.
Harsh, can you rejoin it, please? We are getting difficulty to hear you. Or you hear us? Harsh, can you hear me?
I'm calling. Just give me a moment, please.
Sure, no problem.
Hello?
Yeah, sorry guys. I think he has some network issue. I just talked to him. He will be rejoining it. Yeah, yeah. Anubhav, go ahead. Anybody have any question in the meantime? Let Harsh has to rejoin.
No, no
Sorry,
questions.
yeah, it's only for today because he is actually having some religious event festival, and he traveled from other city. So he took his desktop with him. So I think I can imagine that he has
Yeah.
network issue.
Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah. So Irshad, Harsh is joining. Already conveyed it to
right.
him. So he'll be seeing messages and he'll be taking care of these things. So we can. Meanwhile, guys, what I have
Smith,
done
can you hear
is
me?
I have created. Yeah, I can hear you, Irshad.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. Good. Good. If you can hear me,
Yeah.
very good. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, guys, I have given you access to one folder. Everybody would have got the email as well. Okay. So you have got the access to the folders and you have the bootcamp sessions where we will be uploading all the text notes, files, and issues as well. So I have also uploaded the document in that. You can uh, go through. Meanwhile, Harsh will join and take care of the class. So Harsh, are you there? Irshad, can you accept Harsh invite?
Not yet.
He's rejoining the group. Yeah, just accept him.
Oh, okay. I saw he joined
Yeah,
already. No need to accept this. I Harsh.
So,
sorry
Harsh,
for not hearing properly. I just solved everything here. Sorry for my side. Okay.
No problem. No problem,
So
Harsh.
yes, please, if you have any doubts, so please ask. You can.
Yeah.
Sorry
So
for
Harsh,
really sorry for this. Yes.
can you explain team or students what's the difference between PyCharm and Python directly command prompt? Why we use PyCharm? Uh, I know majority of students may not be aware of this question, but maybe few of them are already aware of them. So if you can just let them know why we are using PyCharm, what is this, and why can't we go directly to Python and run the code? So what is the need of PyCharm or VS Code?
Okay, so basically PyCharm is an IDE, okay? So this whole thing basically an IDE. See, if I will write it down my code directly on CMD or Notepad, so if I will write it down here on Python, okay, and I can literally write it down from here, like 4 plus 3, it will give me a 7, okay? And I will write print 4 plus 3, then it will print me a 7. But the thing is, ID is very important because it gives me an whole setup of everything. Okay, if I'm writing print, so you can check it out. I got an options directly from here. Okay, so that's why we are using ID.
Okay, guys, thanks, Harsh. Good point. So why we use
Okay,
IDE, as Harsh explained? So it's an integrated development environment. What happens is, I give you one analogy, quick one, please. You all
yeah,
watch soccer, right, or watch football team, right? So when you go to stadium and watch soccer, everything is set it up for you. Okay, the ground people are there, the referees are there, the lights are there, the ground has been lined up accordingly, and before the players kicked in and come in and start playing, that's the environment they set it up everybody, and spectators start coming in a couple of hours before they open the queue, and so people can get into the stadium. So what they are doing is they are building an environment for players to come in and play. So players comes last, right? So before, what we all doing is creating an environment. So PyCharm is an environment where you want to build your code. Okay, it's to me is a client. Okay, it has a lot of extensions and libraries, so you can call those libraries through PyCharm. If you use directly Python, you may not have a facility of calling those extensions, and you really can't get really good help without the environment set. So IDE is important because it can help you to build your code, and it will give you a clue, and give you the commands pretty much aligned, enabled in the Python. While if you do Python, everything you have to, memorize, or maybe you have to think and do the commands. So use PyCharm for any Python development code, or any application need to be developed, particularly in the Python. Use PyCharm. Thank you, Harsh. Sorry.
I'm giving you a brief. Yeah, I'm giving you a brief UI of PyCharm. Okay, so here is the structure of folder. From here, you can create your own project. Okay, you can build your new project, you can build your new file, you can build your new sketch file here. Okay, and whatever you did it, so you can directly access your recent projects. Okay, you don't need to search on open project from here. Okay, you can just directly open your project from here. You can save your project locally, and you can check it out what my history is going on. Okay, and you can just directly export setting and import setting, and through the help of this, if you have any issues in your settings, so you can just directly go through a restore default setting. Okay, just click it here and you will get your own setup here. If you want a good setup, so here is an many options. Okay, and through the help of here, you can change your presentation mode. Okay, so directly you can just write your code, and if you don't want it, so come up here and run your code from here. And there are so many of things in your PyCharm. Okay, so from here you can back it out, and this is your presentation mode. Okay, but whenever you require a code, obviously you should come back. So exit presentation mode from here. Okay, and there is so many of other options like navigate. There is a class file symbols, so we will use it different times. Okay, whenever it's required. Here is a refractor. So through the help of refractor, you can just refract anything. Okay, we will do it. Here, this is an important taskbar that is run. So through the help of here, you can directly run your project instead of writing your terminal. You can check it out directly from here. Okay, you can whenever you want to debug your project. Okay, we will do when we use data analytics packages. So we will do this to debug variables. Then we can attach any kind of process. If you have another project process, so you can just directly attach it here. Okay, it's a flow thing, so we'll make it our flow and use this attach to process. Here you can configure your Python. Okay, so there's different if you have a different configuration, so you can check it out from here. From this tool, there's so many of other things like space and XML actions. If you are using XML, so it's a better option. Now, this is a version controller system. If you are using Git or GitHub, so you don't need to deploy a project or on repository. It will take care directly through the help of VCS. You just we will make our own repository, and I will sign in directly from PyCharm from here. And there's a Windows. Okay, if you need to change your Windows, like hide active tool, so it will hide it, or hide all, so it will hide everything. For open the project, you just need to click from here. You can open it. Okay, and that's it. A small brief. If you need any help in ID of PyCharm, so there's a community thing, learn ID features from here. So you can just directly click on it. And JetBrains, who is a developer of PyCharm, already given you so many of lessons of PyCharm, shortcuts and everything. But I will try to when I will use this, I will give you a um, what we can give us shortcuts and what more features in PyCharm. See, whatever using you are in PyCharm, it will also available on VS Code also. Okay, VS Code is something like you have already predefined access from here. So see here also you can just make it out. Okay, so I will just open another project. One second. Same project I'm open this on VS Code so that you can read everything. Uh, okay, so this is my Python syntax. I open this project. See, whatever I am using here through the help of VS Code also, I can access my terminal. Okay, here is my code run code option from here. Okay, so through the help of this, similar what I am using in PyCharm, similar also access in VS Code. Okay, but VS Code have so many of extension given by here. Okay, but we can also install this extension. Extension means already given you a structured structure of your program. Okay, like if I will write a snippet of pylons, if I will use this, so like PyCharm, whatever I can write it down here like print, it's give me an option. Similar VS would also give me an option. Okay, so I hope you got some brief concept. If you have any doubt, so please you can ask.
Thank you, Harsh. I think good one. Yeah. In the meantime, I'm also pasting some text in the chat. Guys, just look into that one. So now I think it's pretty good sense of it. Yeah, we have understanding PyCharm and VS Code. We need to cover here what is all these tools for, not how to use it. That Harsh will walk you
Mhm.
through in the next 4 or 5 weeks. But at least
Mhm.
understand the concept. Why are we using PyCharm? Why are we using VS Code? What are these tools?
Mhm.
That's
Okay, okay,
yeah.
no issue.
So, yes,
Uh, yeah. Shall I move it now?
yes, please. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Thank you.
So our second one is Python structure. Okay. So Python syntax, I was talking about variables. So how we can make our good variables. So what is variables from here by my side? So variables we are just assigning from whatever value I want to give a data type. Just this is just like a container. I want to create an X my as in container so that I can access my data type through the help of whenever I will declare X. Okay. So I will run it from here. I
So
can
Harsh, we move to the
run it
next
from
topic.
here.
Did we move to the
Yeah.
next topic? What is the next topic? If you show from the content,
Uh,
please. If you is it data
okay.
types?
So yeah.
Sorry.
So
Yeah.
here's in data types. Okay. Here. So data types, there are so many of data types. That is, basically there are seven kinds of data types. That is numbers, strings, lists, tuples, dictionaries, sets, and booleans. We will talk about strings. We will talk about lists, tuples, dictionary, and sets in data structure. But we are going to talk about numbers and strings and sets. Okay, and boolean by today. And another one is indentation. Okay, so we will got to know what is indentation when we use if and else conditions. So this is a basic one. You can just read it out. Okay. Now,
Yeah. Just
when
can't see
I'm
your screen
talking about
anymore. Can't see your screen anymore.
okay, now you can see my screen here.
Yes. Now I can see
Okay,
that. Would you just advise me? I really don't know what Python is. I'm very layman. What is
okay,
means to be data types? Can you just please help me to understand what is this thing for me? I'm just newcomer. I really don't know anything about Python. Why I need data types and what is this data types in layman terminology?
okay, okay. So basically, data types is a collection of datas where we are just giving them data and where we are putting a type like if I am putting a number here, okay, so there must be some kind of data and this data is something like you can call as a similar kind of collection of data in my variable, okay, just like if I am putting my x equals to 5, okay, so the thing is, okay, let me give you an basic example so that you can understand data type. I already write this thing in my PPT here. So the thing is, whatever I'm grouping the things like x equals to 5, okay, y equals to just like I'm putting like hello, it's my string. Okay, so I'm grouping some kind of data in my variables. So that is data type. Because numbers can't identify by if I putting in characters, okay, and if I putting a characters in numbers, so it is not meaning. So that's why there are so many of data types which we can identify groups like this is my number, this is my string, this is my boolean. So like this, I can identify my data types. Okay.
If we
So
put
when I'm telling about true or false, sorry.
if we put for example inverted commas on 5, it will be stored as a string, right?
Yes, exactly. So if I will write like type and I will put it here X here. So you can directly check it out from here. Like it will shows me integer. And when I put it here Y, so it will shows me an string str. Okay. And when I'm putting here a Z, so it will shows me a boolean. Okay. So that's how we can identify the things. So this is my data type. So whatever I'm grouping the things, so it is data type. If you have any doubts, so please you can ask.
So Boolean always start with
Variables are
Z and let's start with integer, right? Sorry, like so whenever like we our syntax
okay.
starts with, so it would be Boolean.
Whenever I'm talking about true or false, okay. Just
Okay,
suppose yes or no. Okay, yes or no means so when I'm putting some kind of condition where I want to give you a true or false, so it is my boolean. Okay, just like z and v, if I'm writing here false, okay, so then also I will got my boolean. See,
Mm,
okay,
okay.
so this is the things of basic of data types. So I'm not in talking about data structure, so I can't talk about implicit or non-implicit data types. We will talk about that on data structure. So you will got to know that what is tuple, set, dictionaries, and everything. But this is a basic thing of how we can access of our data types in our variables. Okay. So this is my variables where we are storing our data, and this is my group of data that is my data type. Shall I move ahead now?
Sure.
Okay, so indentation, when we talk about our if and else condition, I guess anyone open a mic so my sound is echo. So please, I'm requesting you to off your mic. Okay, so here we can, when we talk about if and else conditions and operators, so indentation will come. So I will give you a brief idea. It's just like an white space where we can block our codes. Okay, so we'll directly check it out on our if and else condition. Till then, you can just go through. Okay. Now here in Python syntax, there's a flow control that is a conditional things like if, elif, and else. Okay, for and while and break continue and pass. We'll check it out on future. This is my functions where I'm just defining my def through so that I can define my functions. Okay. In classes or objects, there is an oops concept. Okay. We'll check it out. Now for modules and imports, it's a split your code. Okay. And exception handling. So this is a basic syntax you can go through. List compression, lambda function, string formatting. Okay, I'm directly jump into slicing here. You can just check it out by yourself, the syntaxes. Okay, this is a brief of your Python. We'll talk about when we touch this in deep concept. Okay, from data structure, we'll talk about this in deep. So you will get to know more functionalities in deep here. Okay, till then, I'm just starting with my slicing. Okay. If you have any doubt in data types or virtual environment or or ID, you can just ask me. Else, I'm just starting with my main concept that is slicing.
Sorry, 1 second. Students, do anybody have any question regarding data types? I just chatted you also basic detailed information. Please go through the chat and it's very clear. But if you still have any doubt, please ask Harsh. It's a very important concept. You need to know data types before you move anywhere. That's why I'm just trying to put a little bit focus on it. So
No,
everybody
it's
is
fine.
clear. Back, you just rejoin. Back, we are discussing about data types.
Right. I'm sorry. I'm having some technical issues right now.
No problem. No problem. We all have a network issue. Not a problem. Wasik, you want to say something quickly because we are holding Harash? Imran, Aima, Wasik, Ali, Heather, are you guys clear or any doubts about data types?
Yes, it is clear. It is clear. Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. Perfect. Back. You have any question regarding data types?
Data types, no, I'm familiar with them. It's
Good.
just
Very good.
when
Very
we
good.
become hands-on, that's when I'm gonna have my questions.
Uh, Aima, sorry, Amna, you have one quick question about variables. I think we will talk a little bit later. But in terms of data types, I just chatted, guys. If you have any question, look in the chat also and keep putting Harsh ideas into the piece of text, so you can keep reading in the chat as well. Sorry, Harsh, you can
No,
move on. Thank you.
yeah. Basically, I will cover these topics while I will do my operators and everything. So till the time, I will cover these topics. Okay. But integer, float, and complex and this kind of sequence will cover it on data structures. Okay. But when we use our operators and everything, so we'll got to know about binary types and non-types. Okay, so don't worry about it. Just check it out. This the slicing one. Then we'll move into operators. Then you will get to know that whole concept of the types. Okay. Now, there is a concept of slicing. So what is slicing? When I'm talking about slicing, so it's a topic where we are starting some kind of index. Okay. So in Python, our index number starts from 0. Okay. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in arrays. Okay. So like this, it will go so on. So when I'm talking about slicing here, okay, so I'm talking about my splitting my or slicing my arrays. Okay, just give you a basic basic thing. Just like if I'm write x equals to my name. Okay, so my array start from 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, it's a 5 letters, but it's start from 0, so it will gives you a 4 letters. Okay, so when I'm going to slice, so it I will print it like this. Print slice my x, then I will let it down in my array. Okay, in this array, I already told you that I will start from 0 to 5. Sorry, 4. Okay, let's check it out. What will happen? So it gives me an HARS. Okay, now 5 Harsh. Okay, what if I will start from 1? It's give me an Harsh. Okay, H is going not in array. It is not calling my H. Okay, why? Because I am starting my count from 1. Okay, so what we can do here? This is my start tag. Sorry, this is my start string. This is my end string. Okay, so let me give you a brief thing. So here,
I
string,
have one question.
I already wrote a string. Sorry.
I have one question. Previously, you gave the index 0, colon 4.
Hmm,
So,
exactly.
doesn't it means that we will start the array will start from the 0 index and end at 4 index?
No. Uh, array will
It means that it will
end
go 4 steps from the 0, 4 steps further from the 0.
ex exactly. So it will denying my see if I will write it like 4. So it will gives me from HARS. Okay. So when I will run this, sorry, when I will run this code, so here I will write 0, 1, 2, and 3. Till 3 it will count. Okay. And if I will write 5, then it will count till 3, till 4. Okay. If I will write it here 6, so then also it gives me a full letters. Got it? Hello.
Yes, I got it. I got it.
Okay. So do you have any doubt in this?
No, no, no
Shall
doubt.
I move
It's
ahead?
clear now. Yes, you can move it.
Okay. Okay. What if I will write it from 0 to end? So it gives me an whole output because it is there is no end. Okay. So it gives me an whole output. But if I will start from 1, so it gives me an harsh. Okay. So
I have a question in that. So after print, so you have like the bracket and then X and then one more like the bracket and then so why we need that and why is it like a sole point? If we miss that, so our syntax would be wrong.
mhm. Okay. So basic the thing is you are telling about this, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
this is my okay. So see. if I want to call something like x, so x is my what is variable, right?
Yeah.
Variable is my container. So in this container, what I have, my name. Okay. So in that name, each character have their own index numbers. Okay. So like this is my index number. So everything parts in my under my index number. Okay. So here, if I will write my x 0, so this is my starting of my slicing. Okay. Starting of my index number in that variable type. Okay. This is
Okay.
my starting index number, and this is my end index number, what I am writing here.
Mm.
Okay. So
Okay.
this is my array. Under the array, we are playing this. Okay. So this will help you whenever we are just passing our data, or whenever we are just to convert our data, in that we want to replace something in between so that we can use our slicing part. Okay, and slicing have so many of things. Through the help of this, we are controlling our data. When we use pandas, so then we will use a multi-arrays. This is a single array. We will going to use multi-arrays. In that, we can control in between that Excel data. In that, we can going through the help of indexing number. Okay, so that's why we need to understand slicing very precisely. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my, I will write it here, string or whatever data type you have, then your start, then your end, then your step. Okay, step means if you want to skip some data, so you can, just like I want to skip, this is my, just suppose 4, and I want to skip one data per like. This will give you an one. Okay. So what is the output? Let's check it out. Comment it this so that okay. So it will give me a HARS. Okay. But what if I will start? I will give a two. So see, it gives me an H and R. H and R. H and R. Why? Because I am skipping two index number. Okay. So each two like H. Then A will skip. It's my stepping number. Okay. What if I will write it here 5 and I will run it out? It gives me an HRH. See, A is stepping out and S is also stepping out. H and R, then H. It gives me out. Right? So this is my main format. If you're in doubt in this, let me know. I am giving you some more concepts of slicing. Then we'll move ahead in operators.
This is really good. I love this concept. I think we missed out in Bootcamp 1. Thank you, Harsh. Imran, Naima, team, Amna, anybody. This is a very good insight I got from Harsh.
Uh,
Slicing not discussed
I have
initially.
one question. Is it possible in Python that we select certain characters from the string from left and certain from the right?
Yeah, I'm coming on this. I'm coming on different variations. So don't worry. It is a negative slicing. So we'll are going moving to this. But you got a basic slicing.
So
Shall I move?
Ali Haider, Amna,
Yeah.
Imran, you got the basic understanding of slicing. Basik, you
Yes.
always take us very high level. Just reserve your question a little bit.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, no problem. No problem. It's a good question, but before we go very advanced, let take Ali, Heather, Amna, Imran, Beck, Anwar, folks. Please understand this concept. This is a very good concept. I like the way Harsh is explaining it, and let us know if you have any question. I want you to keep Subhan, you as well. Yeah. Anybody has any doubt, please stop Harsh asking. He's explaining things very nicely. Yeah.
Can you give me one more example with that?
Perfect. Good
Yeah,
question.
sure. So see, I'm just hiding this. Okay, you can check it out. I will give you on-flow examples in variations. Okay, so first one, what I give you an example that is slicing, basic slicing. So when I will write it here, basic slicing. That's basic slicing here we are doing. Now another coming up next example that is omitting indices. Okay, that is also a slicing. Omitting indexes. Okay. Okay. Here, if I will write it down like something around x equals to hello, I am Python developer. Okay. I will count it like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay. So 25 characters I have. So I counted like 0 and till 26 I need to print it out. Okay. Now what I will do, I will print like in indices if you omit start index. Okay. Like if I will print like this x and in that x I will put an array. Okay. In this array I will put my indent. Okay. After indent I will put it out my character number that is 24. Okay. So this is my 0 and this is my 24. So this will be empty. Okay. So that is why we are saying that it is omitting indices. Okay. So when I will call it, so it gives me a P, not ER, because it's a 25 characters. Okay. Now, second example is -1. Okay. So for negative, in this, do you have any doubt? It's my 0, starting from 0 and ending with my 24th character. That's why it's giving me a hello, I'm Python develop, not a developer. Shall I move ahead?
Yes, yes. This
Hello.
one is clear.
I understand
Okay.
slicing. You mentioned the word dicing. We use a lot in slicing and
Indices means,
yeah, dicing mean.
yeah,
So
indices. It's an indices one. So
yeah,
basically, omitting indicing means whenever I am just giving the empty on start one. So that's my indices, omitting indices. Okay.
got it. Thank you,
So
Harsh. Got it. Got it.
yeah. So whenever I'm leaving indices, this is my indices, this is my omitting. Okay. Whenever empty something, so this is my omitting indices. Omitting indices also known as slicing. Okay. So slicing and indices both are similar. There is you can't say that it's a different thing. Whenever someone gives you an indices term or whenever give you a slicing term, both are similar. Okay. So in production, both names will consider. Okay, so let me write
What's the
it
mean of
down
in
here.
production? What's the mean of in production?
In production means whenever I work with clients, so sometimes they told me that through the help of indicing, you need to just check it out their data or analyze the data. So that is indicing in production. In production means when in working on working site
Working side. Okay,
on
got it.
client side. Yeah. Okay. So indicing means it's a slicing.
So Harsh, I'm asking
Okay.
all asking these questions because my students are hesitating. So I'm just trying to ask these questions on their behalf. Yeah. So don't mind. Yeah.
No issue. No issue. No issue.
So
No issue. Ask me. Yeah.
they
Okay.
won't ask. So I'm asking. It's good. Thank you so much. Yeah, carry on, please. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now another concept is using negative indices. It's a omitting slicing or indices, and this is my negatives negative indices. Okay. Now, uh, I'm just commenting out. So that's why we are using triple code of commenting. Okay. So negative indices, whenever I will write it down like x equals to, um, you can say that my name, or I will write it like United States. Okay. Now here, when I will write it like print, in this print x, in this x, I will just make my array. And okay, so what is the number of this? This will be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It means 0 to 5, then 6, then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so 12 characters are there in my in my indexing. Okay, so in negative indices, I will write it down like minus. This is not hyphen, this is minus. Okay, because we are using negative. So this is minus or subtraction, or I will write it like 5. In this 5, I will write till 0. Okay, because we are doing negative or 1. Okay, so according to you, what I will get my answer? Just check it out. I think so. TATE. Okay, so from -5, it start from like this: -1, -2, -3, -4, because now it's a negative part. Okay, so we'll count from here, and then also 0 will be this. Got it? So this is my center. This character will my center, 0. And you can count it from here. Okay, so -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, like this. This is going counting on. Got it? In this, do you have any confusion?
So
Can you
it
please
means the
explain this
first letter
again?
would always, sorry. Yeah, so first
First
letter would
letter,
always be like the center, like the zero. And if we want to start counting from right to left, that would be negative or indices. And if we want to do from left to right, that would be regular slicing, right?
yes, let me show you. See, it will not give you. Okay, got it. So it will something like -1, -2, and so on. Got it?
Yeah.
The center you're saying in the zero, it is U or the S?
No,
Oh,
you,
so
because
then,
we are going to start from here, 0.
okay, so then how come E becomes -1?
Okay, so this is my 1 second. Let me check. So this is my -1. If I am writing here -2 here, so it is okay. So that's why its E become -2. This is my -1. You can see the difference.
Yes, that is what
See,
I'm exactly saying. That if S is not the zero, then going backwards, like how is it? How is the concept? Like how E becomes -1 in this case, in this example?
okay. See, this is my, let's suppose if I'm just counting like this is my 0, okay? Let's suppose this is my 0, okay? So here, whenever I will write it like 0 from here, so it will not going to show me up. Okay, so from 0 here, okay? When I'm writing here minus 1, so till minus 1, it's give me an E. So it will start from 0. No, sorry, you are right. 0 from start end. Yes, you are right. Sorry. So
Yeah,
center will
that,
be
no, that
start
makes
from
sense.
0. Okay, let me give an example. So when I'm writing here 0, okay, and I'm printing here, so it gives me a U. Okay, when I will write here minus 1, so it gives me an United States from here, from 0. Okay, when I will write here minus 1,
Now write 0 on the right side of the column.
yeah, so it gives
Yeah.
me an nothing. It gives me a nothing.
No, it will give S, I think. It,
It is not giving me an S.
I think it should give S. No, if you
One
write 0
second.
on the right side of the column.
This is
Yep,
my right
zero
side,
here.
right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing will give me out.
So,
It's give me a blank.
okay, so there is nothing 0 on the right side. When it's so
Yes,
it divides it into the left side and the right side. The left side of the column is the left side of the text actually. I think this is how it works.
one second. I am just clearing your doubt. Don't confuse me and don't confuse your by side. Okay. So this is your zero center because this is my index number. Okay. When I am going to write minus one, okay. So from here, I will write it down like 0. So it gives me a United States because this is my U. Okay. It starts from here. So this is my center now. So when I will call minus 1, here I will write like minus 1, it gives me a United State. Okay. Minus 2, it will gives me an United State. Okay. So until unless I will get my U is my index number. So what I'm saying that it's correct according to me. So 0 is my center. Either I will use minus 1 here or here. Okay. First thing. It will nothing gives me because it shifts from here. So this is my blank side. Okay. This is center. You got it. This is my center. U is my center. This is proof now. Hello.
Okay, I got it. I got it.
Okay. Now coming to the side of minus 3. So here I am just receiving my t. So it means if I will write minus 1, so it gives me an s. Okay. Now when I will write it here 0 to minus 1, so it gives me a United State. Okay. But
Yeah, it
only if I
expels
will
it.
write minus 1.
Yeah.
Yes, so minus 1 is my S, but it is not showing here. So I need to give a blank to access my S. Okay. So from 0 to minus 1, if I will write, so it gives me a till E. Okay. But I need to left it out blank so that it gives me a whole. Got it? So S is my minus 1, U is my 0. Got it? First thing.
Yes, I got it.
Now I can, yeah. Now I am moving ahead. Now in negative 1, if I will write like minus 3 to minus 1, so what I will get E and T, okay? Because this E and this minus 3 is similar. No, not similar, sorry. This is my indexing number is minus 1 and this indexing number is minus 3. If anyone have doubt in this, please clear it because this is main concept. Don't worry, I will cover it everything. But this is our data fetching thing when we use a NumPy and Pandas. So this slicing will only work. Okay. So through the
If
help
I
of
want to
this,
select UNI from United and TES from states, Can I do this?
Yeah, yeah. So you need to do a positive number, not a negative one. Okay. So this is my 0, 1. Okay. So I already showed you this thing on this one, stepping one. So I just already write 2 here, and you need to like characters through the help of length, and you need to count it down. Okay. So I already showed you. Let me give you an example. So we don't require for it a negative one. If I will see H or H, I am can consider this. If I will just stepping 3, so you need to step up this thing. Got it? So from Hirsch, I can access my H, and from Hirsch, I can access my S.
Like what I want to
So
do
you
is
need
like
to
what I want to do is like if we can select UNI from United and TES from states, it becomes a word unites, for
okay,
example. So can we
okay.
do this?
Yeah, we need to just understand our characters. So it is 0, okay, and you need to access TES, right? So from that, I can access with just like okay, so -1, -2, -3, TES. Okay, so here I can write 3. Here I need to just search it down. And here I will write TES. Okay, this is your TES, and you need to write U, right? Hello. Now, what you want? TES at access. Now, next one is your hello,
Yes, I can hear
You
you.
must write on you and I.
U and I. Okay. So you need to slice next one. Okay. Means then we need to use a multi-dimension, and there is one more specifying step. So we need to just go through in that. Okay. Let me show you this slicing. So just give me a 2 minutes. Okay. You are talking about reversing a string. So just give me a 2 minutes. I will show up this. Okay. So I hope you got to know negative indices. Now I am just to give you a specifying indices.
I have a question.
Yes.
Uh, Here X is United States. How can we write it as States United, like opposite?
Yeah, just give me a second so that I can give you a whole concept. Then you can just demand me that what you need exactly. There are 3 more concept: reversing concept, specifying concept, and your omitting. I already told you. So there are 2 more. So just give me a second. I will complete it. Then we will discuss how we can do this. How we can do this. Okay. So in specifying, what I will do, I will just blanking out my thing. Okay, or just give a space on here, print, and then we can write it down like specifying, and in this I will write here. Okay, okay. So here I will write it like x, x here. Okay. In this X, I will write it 0, 5, and 2. Okay. It will gives me a blank because nothing is here I need to access. Now here I will write it like uh, you can just write it down United. Okay. So what I want to do in specifying, I need a output from outputs like 0 to 5 here and then the 0. Just give me a second. So here I can access my declaration of United, right? And in this I will write x0 to 5 and let me check it out. My whole thing 0 to 2. Okay, it is not accessing because of lining my code. One second. Specifying access my 0. Okay, this is my stepping one basically. So when I was stepping the things, so it is declaring the things like okay. So I can access my U. So this is my specifying. Now in reversing what you were saying me. So in this I will print it out directly X and here I will write indent -1 and you can reverse your thing. Okay. Sorry for delaying the thing because your questions got me another thought. So that's why I just compacting the things. Okay. So here X equals to United and through the -1, you can just check it out. It's already starting from -1, stepping out from -1. This is the stepping one. Okay. Stepping means you are skipping one character. Okay. If I will write it like -2, so it will skipping from 2. So from N, from T, and from D. Okay, so it's reversing my characters. So I hope you got it. You are reversing a string. Hello,
Yeah, it is
hello,
clear.
are you there? Okay, so you're united one. Like this, you can just access the things here. Okay, now you can demand me what you need exactly in slicing. I'm taking a slicing small, big session because the slicing is important for us. Okay, and after that, variable data types we can cover it. Operators, you know already, so it can cover within half an hour. So no issue in that. Type conversion is also there, but in slicing, I'm taking some time so that we can access data, so that we can do a data mining. Hello, are you there? If you have any doubts, so please you can ask or demand me. We can go through it.
No, can you try that? You and I from United and TES from States. Try out that if it
Okay.
works.
See, I can do this, but I will do through NumPy if you don't mind. Okay. Through the help of NumPy instead of wasting time through the help of manual, because if you go to interview, so they will ask you this kind of question on slicing. But if you want to do experiments and if you want to do a work, so wait till NumPy. NumPy gives you an each slicing very easily.
Okay, then we'll do it later. Sure, sure.
Yeah. So just just do a omitting one and negative indices, specifying one and reversing. Okay. Through the help of this, we can easily access basic slicing. And for advanced slicing, we'll do a NumPy and pandas so that go through in detail. Okay. So wait for at least give me 2 weeks so we can come back on data. Okay. If you have any doubt in this, so
In the specifying one, can you explain like how it works? I think it's the same procedure like start, end, and skip.
yes,
So you started from 0 and you ended at 2 and you skipped 3 steps.
yeah. So in this, this is my 0. Okay. From
You.
zero, I'm starting. Yeah. And this is my 2 and this is my 3 in specific indices. In reversing, I am just skipping my minus 2 from each of United. Okay, so it is reversing my whole characters. So if I am stepping negatively, so it gives me a negative one. If I will stepping my positive one, so it reversing my positive. Okay, so it gives me a positive of U, I, and E. Okay, if I will do minus 2, so it will stepping and TD. Okay, this is my N, this is my T, and this is my D. It means it will reverse your characters. Okay, I hope you got understood negative stepping.
Yes, it is clear now.
Yeah. Now another example of reversing one. Let's take an example. This is my last example of slicing. Okay, then we'll move ahead on to operators. So here X equals to T, Y, D, E, F. Okay. Now this is my basic characters. Here I'm just commenting out this. Here I will write print. In this print I will write X. In this X I will write indent and indent. And let's suppose if I want to, so it will write like T, D, and F. Okay. So T, D, and F I am skipping. What if I will write okay, and I want to access my C, E, and G and I. So what I can do, your questions, okay, according to your question, what I can do, I if I want to access through this, so A from here, what you told me, okay, C, E, and G, I can access. But if I got a NumPy, so I can access through the help of multi-dimensional arrays. So what you are talking about, it's a multi-dimensional thing, but there is some standards or limitations where we need to follow it. Okay. So I hope you are clear with it, reversing and negative. So you got basic idea. Okay. Shall I move ahead?
Rahman had question. Rahman, did you understood? You got your answer about reversing? Sorry, Harsh, to interrupt you. Rahman, you're there? Sorry, Harsh. Carry on. I'm sorry for that. Yeah. I'll talk to you
Okay.
later.
Yeah. So here another topic is our variable and data types. Okay. Okay. So I am going more in deep in data types. Before that, we already covered variables, but there are two types of assigning of variable and data types. That is assigning values to variables and multiple assignments. Okay. So let me give you a brief introduction of two so that I can cover it out of variable and the data types in deeply. Okay, so here I will write variables dot py variables and data types dot py. Okay, here if I will write like see there are two types because of two types like if I will assign like x equals to 20. Okay, so this is my only assigning values to variables. So I already mentioned it, but then also if you open this file, so you will got to know that values to variables. Okay. Now x equals to 20, and if I will write it like something like you can say that age equals to anything. Okay. Name, age, or anything. This is my assigning one. Okay. Now in multiple assignments, what will do, it allows something like, if I want to assign one data type in different variable, so what we can do, just like A equals to B, okay, and B equals to high. So either you can access high through the help of B. If I will write B, so it gives me an high, okay. If I will write it down A, so then also it gives me an high. Okay, so through the help of this, we can access uh, multiple assignments of values. Okay, so multiple assignments. Okay, so that's how we can go in assignments. In this, do you have any doubt? Shall I move ahead on data types? Hello.
Amna, Amna had a quick question
Okay.
previously that what is the simple definition of variable? Uh, uh, Harsh, if you can just answer her question.
Okay. Variables are used to store information that can be referenced and manipulated in a program. Okay, so this is my container where I am putting my arrays or indexes, and this is my data types. What I am writing here from 20, this also stores in my, sorry, I am just give a comment and I will explain it here. See, this is my string, right? This is my string. This is my numbers. Okay. If I will change like 100. Okay. So this 100 will change into the container. Through the help of this container, I can print or I can solve my problems, or I can contain my files data type like .pdf, .excel. See, if I will write it here, if I open my terminal from here, okay, I want to open my file and see my file in my program, into my program. Okay, so what I will do, I will just store my file name. So that is also a data type of my file PDF Excel sheet or CSV, anything. But this is my numbers. This is also my file. Consider this is a file. This is not a file. Obviously, this is a data. Any kind of data stores in array that's we are grouping on one data type, and that data type contains, and that container name is, that contains an array, and that container name is our variables. Okay, so this is my data type or the group of data, and this is my container which contains array, and in that container anything can be there, data or data type. Okay, so that is this is my variables which is storing my data and data type. I hope you are clear now.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Very, very clear. So, to me, a quick definition or an example: when we go for shopping, we pick up the buckets or basket and we keep thing putting into the basket, right? For example, bananas, milk, oranges, we put in the basket. So that basket is a container that is called variable. Am I right?
Exactly, yes,
Okay.
this is a variable. Okay, shall I move ahead now? There is one more assignment of multiple assignment, that is, if I will write it like x p q, okay, and at the similar time I will write it like let me comment it out, x p and q, and I will write it like in single line variable. So x will be like 2, okay, p will be like hello, and q will be like true. It's a boolean. Okay. So when I will print x, so what I will get? 2. Okay. When I will print P, it gives me an hello. Okay. When I will print Q, it gives me an true. Okay. So this is my multiple assignments of my variables. Okay. So if you have any doubt in this, please ask me, else I am moving into my data types. Shall I move ahead now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So here is my data types, and let me give you an definition, quick definition on data types. And whatever I am saying to you, it is already mentioned in your PPT. Okay, so don't worry about notes and anything. If you forget anything, so it is already mentioned there. From environment, virtual environment to your operators, everything is there. So don't worry. Okay, so what is data types? Data types, it's a piece of data known as a data type. Okay. So whatever data we have, there is some kind of type of that data that's a data type. Like this is my integer. Okay. So this is my something kind of type that is integer, but this is my data. Okay. So that is my data type. So di different group of types of that data is known as data type. Okay. So we already introduced in a brief, but I am giving you a deep side of data type, data type.py. Okay. Here, Sumit and Ishad already give you an chat notes, but it's on there on PPT. Okay. So I am just moving and open my PPT here. So it's there's a definition, attributes of piece of data known as a data type, which is system how to interpret the data. Knowing the different sorts of data helps to show that each property value is expected and that data is collected in the correct format. Okay. So there is a data types like numbers, string, list, tuples, and dictionary, set, boolean, none type. Okay. So we already got to know that numbers, that is, through the help of numbers, there are integer, float, and complex. Mostly, we are use float and integer. Complex data type will use in when we use something some complex numbers, like if there is any code generator or any kind of complex programming, so then we'll access, but mostly we are using integer and float in data analytics. So yes, string means obviously it's a characters, and then list means we already got to know that list is an different data types can contain in a list. Okay, so just like I already showed you integer and characters, but in list I can put different data types in that list. Okay, so this is not an array, this is a list. So different between list and array is like, in array we are just access our index numbers, and in array we can just put it in a similar kind of data type. Okay, but when I'm putting x character 25 and putting a true here, so there are different data types. And if I will print and write it down type here, so this will shows me X, and this will say me this is a list. Okay. So in list, when different data types are there or similar kind of data types are there, so that is a list. Got it? In list, if you have any doubt, so you can ask. Hello.
So in other words, basically, list are is list of uh, item you store in a single variable. For example, you can store in a basket
Exactly.
like banana, like different things, right? Cherry, like apple, those kind of things. Got it.
Okay. So
Thank
this
you.
is a list. Now, coming up to tuple, okay. So in tuple, you can you can't change elements of a tuple. Basically, there is a concept of mutable and immutable, or you can say that it's a implicit or non-implicit. So whatever we can change it out, it's immutable, and what we can't, so it's a non-mutable. Okay, so I will give you a deep example when we move into data structure. Okay, so that you can got to know that what is mutable and what is non-mutable or immutable. Okay, so tuple gives you in tuple you can just write it down a similar kind like list, but the thing is you can't change the value while using different commands or through the help of different functions. We can't change the value, but list we can change. Okay, so that thing will move into data structure. So that's a part of data structure. Dictionary, when we give a key and value, so that is a dictionary, we can change a value through the help of functions or commands of dictionary. Okay, so this is the basic key and value of dictionary. It's a part of data structure, so we'll cover it out. Okay, Boolean we already know. Okay, none type is a not assigned values. Okay, it's just like none, so it's just like unknown. If I will write y equals to none. So this is a anti data type, non data type. It will decide while the program or input given by the user or by the servers or by anyone, but not by developer. Okay, so that is a none. It's a empty variable where already any user can any user can fill out your data type. It's depend upon data where are data coming out. Okay, so it depends upon it. I hope you don't have any doubt in about none. Shall I move ahead?
I have a question. What's the difference between a tuple, a set, and a list?
Good question.
Okay, so set and tuple. In set, this is immutable. Okay, what we can't change in our data, what we can't change our data, it's a immutable. Immutable data types means it's a data structure part, which I already told you. We'll cover it out, else we can't cover basics of syntax. But suppose there is a basket. Okay, in that basket you put it out lock because there is similar kind of a product. Okay, just like you have a uh, bananas bulk of packaging uh, in that cartoon box, so that you can't the packaging can't go flow with that. So there's a packaging of that data type. Okay, just suppose this is a integer one, so that integer can't change, but you can check it out on you can check it out on list. You can change it out. Okay, this data type, but on set you can't change this, and it's a similar, it should be similar kind of data type. Okay, but in list it is you can change any kind of data type, or if it is not similar then it's also fine. If it's a similar kind of data type then it's also fine. Okay, so that's a difference between set and list. Okay, now coming into the tuple. Tuple, there is no difference between list and tuple, but there is one difference, that is you can't change the data while using the function. Okay, I will tell you the function while I will use or give you examples of data structure because it's a part of data structure. I hope you got it. Hello.
How can like our software can tell apart between a tuple and a list?
We need to define it, huh? We need to define, like here we are making a variable through the help of developer. We define in the software that it is a tuple, and it is a set, or it is any kind of data type. It depends upon developer, who is a developer, and it will uh, it will define according to the developer. I hope you got it.
Okay, okay, I got it.
Yeah. So shall we move ahead now?
Yes, please carry on.
Okay. So there is a type conversion. That is, there are two types of type conversion. Okay. First one is implicit, and second one is explicit. So in implicit conversion, uh, type conversion means, first of all, you need to understand what is type conversion. Okay. Let me give you an example of type conversion. Okay. So if I will write I will show you first of all explicit, then we'll move ahead into implicit. Okay. So here I will write like this is my float number. Okay. And this float number is something like 12.34. Okay. Or you can consider as 32.8. Okay. Now, what I want to do, I want to change it into integer, because currently it's an sorry. If I will write it like 32. Okay. And if I will write print float number, so it is giving me 32, and I will check it out what type of this float number. Okay. Now just check it out. It's my integer. It's not a float number, right? But what I want to do, I want to just convert it out. So through the help of integer function, I can convert it. So integer, and I will write it like float number, and that's it. Okay. Now we'll check it out. It gives me an sorry float, because it is already an integer. Okay. So in that float number, I will write like float and type of integer.
See, student, you note when Harsh is typing the commands, right, particularly function or float,
See,
he can see some help. You see like this. If you can just click on the print and type, and system will get him different options. That actually you can achieve through IDE, which is Python. For example, look at that. He is getting all these help from the uh, Python. If you go with Python, you're not gonna get this help. Correct me, Harsh, if I'm right.
yeah, you are right. So this is a float number. Okay. So through the help of that float number, you can this is an integer number, and I can convert this my float number. Okay. And just I am giving you a float, and after giving a float, so that's why, see, why I can't convert when I am writing here openly. Okay, so you can check it out one thing. Why we need variables? Who who have a first time? See, this is an integer, right? But I already convert this in a float number. But if I just contain into a C, so let's check it out what will happen. So it will give me a float. Got it? So that's why we required a variable, so that we can contain in our variables. Okay. So when I will call here print C, So it gives me a 32.0. When I will remove it on d equals to, or if I will directly call float number, so it will give me an integer. Got it? So that's how it is working here. So I hope you got it. What is type conversion? So there are so many of function. Okay. So this is a explicit type conversion, what I showed you. So there's an integer, float, string, list, and everyone have a examples. Okay. Explicit means where we are using a functions. Okay. Now coming up to the implicit one. If you have any doubt in explicit, please you can ask it out what kind of doubt you have.
You can carry on, Harsh. Thank you.
Okay. So here in implicit one, there is a something like if I will write number equals to 2, 3, and 6. Okay. So here if I will write number float equals to 1.28 or anything. Now you want a new number here, number integer plus and number float. Let me check it out. Okay, it's a number only. Okay, so my number is an integer. I will give you a type. Okay, and this is a float. Now, if I will write print here, I will write new number and it will give me a 237.28. When I check a type of new number, it gives me a float. Why? Because when I'm doing calculation, it is automatically converting from integer to float. Okay. And when I write down here one, see, it is giving me an integer. So in this, do you have any doubt? Shall I move ahead? Please write your question in the chat. Okay. If you have any doubt,
Yes.
so you can write it down in your chat.
Yep.
Okay. So this is my explicit type conversion where I'm using a function. And this is my implicit one, which is automatically converting. Okay, so that's it. Now moving into another topic that is operators. Okay, so there is operators like okay, there are six types of operators. That is arithmetic operator and comparison operator or relation operator. Okay, and assignment operators and then logical operators. Sorry, assignment operators. After that, bitwise operators, membership operators, identity operators, and that's it. Okay, so that we are going to check it out what kind of operators. This is our last topic, so just give me a second. Okay guys, I from operators we should start from next class. Okay, within 2 hours I will give you an assignment, so if you don't mind, Isha, please tell me who one is which group so that I can give according to that.
No
Else,
problem.
if you have any
No problem.
doubt in anyone, so please you can ask.
Yeah, no, no, it's a good. Let's discuss next call because we are over the
One
clock.
second.
And yeah, yeah, and it's a good concept. We need to know arithmetic. So we'll discuss next week. No problem. Harsh, you there? Harsh, you there?
I think
All right, all right. So Sumit, last couple of minutes we can
everybody.
walk the assignment, or you wanna send the assignment through the chat or through the email.
Yeah. Yeah. So what Harsh has told that he will be sharing the assignment in 2 hours in that same drive. So I have given access to everybody
Okay,
in that
okay.
drive. So they will be able to
Perfect.
see. I will
Yeah.
drop an email in data. I will drop that link in data group as well, so everybody can take. I will share. It's not currently on the Google Drive.
Yes,
We
back,
will be
the
sharing it
assignment will be on
in
the,
2 hours.
yeah. So Beck is asking question. Beck, yes, assignment will be sitting on Google Drive, and we had given you access. So please check it out. As you will be receiving an email from Sumit. He has created an access for you in the Google Drive. So all the documents which are being shared will be sitting there. Even the PPTs, the slide, any other helping supporting documents, we will put it into the Google Drives, and you can just go there and check it out. Yeah.
Rest, if you have any doubts, so please you can ask.
No, no worries, Harish. You've done a great job, amazing job. It's a really deep dive session, and we learned a lot of good things. I was keep pinging different students and to understand whether they are getting in, and their answer is pretty much everybody is getting, and they are good so far. And I think if they have any questions, guys, put on the chat channel. We have a chat channel, Datasphere IT engineers. Okay, don't use the DSG industry-led channel because that is over 1,000 people are sitting there. That's for generative AI. So please don't use that. Use the DataSphere IT engineer group and put up your questions. Me, myself, Harsh is monitoring that channel. Whatever your doubts are, we can clear up that one. Yeah. And if you have any technical issues, for example, anybody have still issues installing Python or any software, reach out to me or Smith. We can, or Harsh, we can help you out here. So Harsh, you will be sending the assignment in couple of hours, right? In the Google Drive.
Yes,
Okay.
within 2 hours I will send you
No problem.
so
No.
that they can start.
Sure, sure. That will good. They have next 4 5 days, guys. Just focus on that. Important intake from this 2 days call is please do a lot of exercise, lot of practice. Practice makes man perfect, right? So now you have an environment. Harsh walk you through how to create the virtual environment, how to set up the PyCharm, how to set up Python. All the things are there now, and now your job is to make sure first thing is set up the environment and then try to build all the concept which Harsh walk us through, and make sure that whatever we covered last yesterday and today, you should be doing a lot of practice. Okay, this is very very important, and I'm glad Harsh is getting very deep level and try to get you basic information, and his style of explaining is quite good. Leverage his knowledge and make sure you do a lot of practice. Just next to 4 to 5 weeks, you will be really in a good shape, particularly in terms of Python as a data index tool. Okay. Hope everybody enjoyed that. And if you have any question, please reach to us. I guess I can call off Harsh. If you have anything, or Sumit, you have any things, please go ahead and say the team. Otherwise, we can call off the call. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mohammed.
I
Thank you, Harsh.
already
Yeah. Somebody has
okay.
question. Back. Back.
Just give me a second.
Sure.
Just give me a second. I already shared my PPT to your drive. Okay. So please go through that. What I told you, it is already on PPT, and I will share this one link of GitHub on group, so you can access this course on group also, okay? On GitHub also. Okay. So that's it.
So
So thank you.
you will be creating GitHub repository for everybody access in
It's
your.
already a public.
Okay,
I- If you if if you want, so I will give you a zip file so that you can just share that on Drive.
okay, whatever you feel comfortable, it's fine. Yeah, whichever the way you
Okay,
want.
so I will share you on Drive. No issue. I will share on Drive. No issue.
Okay,
Yep.
back. You had question. Go ahead, please. Back.
It's due on. It's due on next class, right?
Back. You want to say something,
Oh,
Miriam?
Oh, no, no, no. I was just saying thank you guys for the very informative class. To you, Harsh, and Summit. Thank you guys.
Great, great feedback. Thank you so much. Amma, you
thank you
good?
so much, man.
You good? Amna, you good?
Yes.
Everybody's good? Perfect.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Take care. Have a great weekend ahead of you and just enjoy some time with your family. Take care.
You
Okay, guys.
too.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a great week.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye bye.